shorter than average, so it would be about like this long, but it's quite sturdy. And so this is what he was using to stab down into the cavity.
Early this year, Jill caught the youngster Fanta, a 4-year-old female, awkwardly trying her hand at spear hunting, giving us just a glimpse of what the adult females are doing. But so far, the youngsters don't really seem to have the hang of it.
So what they do is they almost always break off a live branch.
Jill demonstrates the advanced hunting techniques of her Amazons of the woodlands.
And this effectively makes the tool sturdier. And then a final step for some chimpanzees, especially some young females like Tumbo, is that they actually sharpen the end of the tool with their teeth. What the chimpanzee does then is that they take the tool and jab it repeatedly into the hollow. And if they're lucky, they get a bush baby.
Sometimes, Jill stumbles upon what looks to be the scene of a crime. Today, it's a spear tipped with the fur of a potential victim.
Oh, and it's got bush baby hair on the end of it. Yeah, just little tufts. And you can see that they modified the end of it as well.
And further down the trail, more gruesome evidence of a killing. A bush baby jaw. Meat is a rare treat here, especially for the females. Males capture prey by hand and don't usually share the meat. So a vital source of protein is also that icon of chimp studies, the termite mound. Almost every day, the Fungoli chimps reenact the moment that would forever change how we humans see ourselves. This is the same scene Jane Goodall witnessed in 1960. A chimp poking a slender stem into a termite mound to fish for insects. This is tool making, however crude. And up until then, only humans were supposed to make tools. Goodall's mentor, the famed paleontologist Louis Leakey, was moved to say, now we must redefine man, redefine tool, or accept chimpanzees as humans. Chimps will catch literally hundreds of termites a day. Jill is lucky to get one.
It's definitely not as easy as it looks. I've yet to get a termite.
Termites are 3 times as calorie-rich as chicken, but they don't taste like chicken, and they bite.
Got one.
How do they taste?
I don't mind eating. I just tasted like dirt. Like bad dirt. Wow, that was not good. That was really nasty.
Baby Amy, fully recovered from her kidnapping, is only vaguely interested in the termite mound. But her older cousin, 2-year-old Tava, intently studies the adult's every move. Although termite fishing is common among chimps, every group has its own tools and techniques. These are a part of their traditions, their cultures. Chimp culture? The term seems like an oxymoron. We like to think of culture as the pinnacles of human achievement, of art, history, and science. But in anthropological terms, culture is the transmission of group knowledge from one generation to another. Little Teva is doing her best to master one of the great arts of her culture, whether she knows it or not. It usually takes 4 or 5 years to master the technique, but today she has an early triumph. The idea of chimp culture, once radical, is now increasingly accepted among primatologists. Chimps around Africa use different techniques to smash nuts and fruits. Some use wooden hammers and anvils, some stones. And the Fongoli chimps slam baobab fruits against stones or trees. Ant dipping, like termite fishing, happens almost everywhere. Chimps in some communities even eat distasteful medicinal plants when they're sick, passing on the knowledge that bitter medicine can make you better. As in human cultures, many chimp traditions are social. There's A-frame grooming, where 2 chimps will clasp hands high above their heads while inspecting each other for tasty parasites. One of the most interesting and subtle things most chimps engage in is something called leaf clipping, biting off bits of leaves with a distinct popping sound to get each other's attention. But it means different things in different places. In some places, it's a come-on to the ladies. Here in Fongoli, it's a back-off to other males. Or a part of an exciting development in their lives, like a nice fruit tree.
Right now they're sort of advertising themselves, but also just excited because they're starting to eat again. I mean, chimps get excited about everything.
Here in Fongoli, leaf clipping among males leads inevitably to extravagant tantrums. Traditions passed down from adult to child. It's a flow of knowledge that once only we seemed capable of. Until recently, though, no one had any idea just how many generations these startling cultural practices could go back among the chimps, especially tool use. For a long time, researchers assumed that chimps had learned how to use tools by watching humans. Then, in another part of